Good morning, everybody. MetalX87 here, and just want to go over some of the NHL 17 features. I'm a big NHL fan, as everyone knows. I do a lot of streaming of NHL, and I'm the type of guy, for better or for worse, if the game is coming out and it's an NHL game, I'll be the first one to buy it. Obviously, EA Sports has had their many ups and downs, just like any series. There's strong points and there's weak points, but I have a good feeling about NHL 2017, NHL 15, just knowing how EA Sports operates with sports games. I was kind of rubbed the wrong way because they didn't release an NHL game right away for the new gen systems at the time, and they wanted to take a little bit of extra time to get it right, which, yeah, I can understand. That makes a lot of sense, but the quality of the game just wasn't there. What did they use on the extra time other than graphical improvements? You could give me something that's not graphically intense, I'll still play it as long as the game mechanics are there. That's just how I operate. So, live your hockey fantasy in new game mode. So, I'm kind of glad that they are seeing a little bit of a refresh, per se. Obviously, EA removes things and puts them back and says that they're new. But the World Cup of Hockey, yeah, we've had international play before, but it's definitely going to be something that I'll like. The Draft Champions, again, I'm not really too sure. We have the Fantasy Draft. I probably won't use that feature, but I imagine there's people that's looking forward to it. But for me, BGM fans experience an evolution of team management and take on the entire business in franchise mode, where you call the shots from concessions to arena locations. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I'm going to just love this feature. Will I relocate the arena? Maybe. Will I change the Ottawa Senators jerseys? Definitely not. But the concessions, that's kind of cool, which they had this in NHL 2004. You could change the ticket prices, and you could balance the team. Well, it didn't really change anything about the game, but it was a cool little trinket, I guess. So I'm interested in seeing how EA Sports actually makes the concessions worthwhile to change. Maybe because if your team isn't making a lot of money, you're forced to relocate. I don't know. So World Cup of Hockey, nothing really to talk about here. For the first time in EA Sports national NHL history, play with full national pride. Yeah, World Cup's going to be pretty cool. Like I've said, they've done international stuff before. Yes, they might not have World Cup, but that'll be pretty cool. Climb the ranks through the EA Sports Hockey League. I've not really got into this, but again, I know a lot of people really enjoy it. I actually might give it a shot this year. It's just that for me, when I stream, I'm competitive, but I kind of like doing it at my own pace. And I think with this, it might be worthwhile trying it. Arena progress. That's kind of cool. Start off with the grassroots community rink and grow into an internationally renowned state-of-the-art arena that brings your EA Sports Hockey League team's identity to life. I think that's a cool feature. Another way not to just show your success on the ice, but being able to build an arena that'd be cool. So when you go into the enemy arena, there you are. You get to see this coolness. Take control of the ice and play your way. Own every zone. More end-to-end control with authentic goalies featuring positional awareness and reactionary save intelligence. All new net battles for offense and defense zone play, and dozens of thrilling new goal celebrations that capture the excitement of scoring the biggest goals on game night. My big thing is, I want it to be end-to-end. NHL 15 focused on glamour offensive breakaways. NHL 16 seems to be focusing on nice snipes as well as awesome one-timers. And I just feel that the goaltenders have really not been improved upon since their major revolutionary change in 2007. I really hope that this featuring positional awareness is actually true. The biggest thing that I dislike about goaltenders now in EA Sports games, you have butterfly goalies, you have hybrid goalies, and you have stand-up goaltenders. But if someone told you that goaltender B was a stand-up goaltender and then goaltender A was a butterfly goaltender, when you see them on the ice, you can't really tell. And I think that's a huge letdown. Me, personally, my favorite thing to see is goaltending and how it's evolved in NHL games. Yes, I know there's the whole theory in behind that the goaltender needs to see the puck to stop it now. It's not being calculated by odds behind the scene, like a roll the dice feature, that if they save it or if they don't. And that was a really revolutionary thing that they did in 2007. But now, because the shots are faster, the accuracy, it seems like they've made all the players equipped to get goals, but they never equipped the goaltenders to make those saves. So I'm really hoping that this positional awareness is really good and that the reactionary save intelligence is much improved, because there's times where my goaltender would see a weak shot and for some odd reason do this reactionary save of the game where he's diving or stacking the pads. Offense, I really don't have much of a hate on for that. I know in the past they put games where you could actually battle in front of the net, but I really don't see that in 2016, and I hope that with this net battles, it actually prevents your current defense from moving away from the slot. And that's my huge issue with this game, is that in 2016, I would have a player lined up in the slot, and then he'll skate away from the enemy offensive player, and then the guy has a wide open slot, gets one-timer goal. It just drives me nuts. I don't understand why the defense starts chasing everyone into the boards. If the puck's in the boards, let one defenseman go get him, use a winger, but why send the both defensemen at one guy every shot? If I don't manually control and put my defensive player back into the slot, they'll go to the boards every time. And I don't understand, because I play on Superstar. And I just find that the artificial intelligence took such a step backwards in 2016 for defense. It doesn't make sense. So I'm really hoping that they do have this full one end to the rink to the other, that it's just a technical game, and that my defensive zone, my defensive players will actually cover the positions that they're supposed to be. It's almost like when you do be a player and you have this score breakdown card. Each individual player and be a GM should have that. So if I see a guy is playing like butt, I bench him, and he can be a bench warmer or a water boy for the rest of the game. So I do have high hopes for NHL 2017. I do like the features that they've definitely presented. My biggest thing is the franchise mode for sure. I really, really want to see how franchise mode works, because it just seems like that's the money maker for me. You know, fan favorite BG mode has been expanded upon, and you're all under the watchful eye of a demanding owner. So one of the features that a lot of people don't like, but I actually really, really enjoyed it in 2014, was the ability to sign with a new team in BGM. I really hope EA Sports brings that back, because playing for the same team for 20 years, not to say that it can get stale, but you want to be able to build a team all over again. And it was just an exciting moment. If I built the Ottawa Senators, where they've won a few Stanley Cups, and then my contract's done, then I can go sign with Edmonton, build that team up, and then when you play the team that you actually built, it was just an exciting moment to be like, I built that team. Those are the players that I chose. And you want to see the challenge that you have against the team that you built. So that's my one big wish list for franchise mode, is that I want to not just relocate my team, but I want to be personally relocated to another team if I either A, get fired, because if you're under the watchful eye of your demanding owner, does that mean that it's game over? I hope not. Yes, it'd be good to get fired, but then you could sign with another team. Maybe there might not be only your options, but if you do get fired, you might only be able to sign with the Columbus Blue Jackets or Arizona Coyotes. I don't know. I think that'd be cool, but if you do win a few Stanley Cups and your contract expires, there'll be about 5 to 10 teams looking at you. So, hope you guys liked this video. This is my little thought on NHL. See, not even one photo of Erik Karlsson. What's going on here? What do you guys think of NHL? Do you think EA Sports is on the right track to getting it back to greatness like 2009? I hope so. Well, appreciate you guys watching the video, and look forward to playing some NHL 17 and even making some more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.